Hello traders and Market Club members everywhere. Adam Hewison here, coming to you from the digital studios of Market Club. It's Friday the 27th of March, and we're going to be looking at the markets in a little bit different way. We're looking at right now a daily candlestick chart of the Dow, and you can see the score is 70. You can see that our monthly trade triangle is positive, indicating the longer term trend is up. And our weekly trade triangle is negative from 17,825. Market's 17,685 right now. So it's indicating that some sort of concern is in the market right now, the trend. Other thing possibly is the market's making a major high. That could well be, one doesn't know, but this could be the scenario that's playing out, is this big top potentially. But nonetheless, we'll be talking about that in just a second. So let's just take a look at our portfolio first of all. This is what I want to share with you today. Here's the portfolio, and you can see Dow, NASDAQ, and so forth. But how you read this very quickly and very easily with Market Club is this way. If you look at the first three markets right here, okay, they all have the same picture. The weekly right here is red, indicating the timing. That you should be out of the market when you see a red weekly trade triangle in stocks or in indexes. The green is indicating that the longer term trend is still positive. Okay? Now when you have a situation where you have, when you look at a market that has all red like that, that's indicating a strong downward trend, and that's in the euro. Okay? Also, when you have a square around a triangle that's yellow, it indicates that signal just occurred today. Now here's conflict right here. When you have a daily trade triangle, which is right here, the green one, green, and then you have a weekly that's red. Okay, now this is a crude oil. This is how we trade the crude oil. This is the May contract. So you have short-term trend up, intermediate-term trend down. Out of the market. You should not have a position in crude oil right now. It's pretty much the same way in gold. You can see there's the green that's going up and the weekly that's going down. A lot of squares here, I know, but I want to show you this is a sort of neutral position, strong downtrend, strong uptrend. You're out of the market here with the indices. So let's just clear that off. Go and take a look at the first indices, which is the Dow, and we're going to be looking at this on a weekly basis. The dailies are interesting, but at the end of the week I always like to look at the weekly charts, and you could do that very easily with Market Club by just clicking here. So here's the final version. We are down actually about 2.5% for the week in the Dow. This is of course being at noontime Eastern Standard Time. It could change by the end of the day, but nonetheless it's still a down week for this market. You see the conflict right here between the monthly and the weekly. Should be out of this market. Pretty much the same picture on the NASDAQ. However, the NASDAQ did make a new high, a little bit of a different picture, so the trend could still be construed as being positive. You're still above the 50 line in the NASDAQ, whereas in the Dow you're below that on the daily. So again, a conflict here. Should be out of the market. S&P 500 cash, monthly positive, weekly negative, sidelines. You're coming down to support on the 50 line on the RSI, so that's very important to remember. So it's still too early to call the top in this market. We're looking at gold now. Gold is minus 65, again a conflict. Now the key thing is next week, this is the key in my mind, if you're looking at this market next week, if we see a move over 1220, that's indicating the monthly, it indicates the weekly will turn green and it's a positive trend for this market. Also, it'll turn the RSI, I believe, over 50, indicating a trend. We want to be long if that happens. So pay close attention to gold next week. Silver, a little bit of a different story there. Plus 90, all the trend is positive there. We're very close to turning up over the RSI, over 50, but our trade triangles are indicating a strong trend. The one to watch this week is going to be the daily. If that turns red, you want to take your profits and stay on the sidelines. This will change dramatically from 1570. 9 to a red, which could be quite a bit higher than we are right now. Euro, completely different picture. Everything is red, strong downtrend. Even though we've rallied from the lows, certainly you could argue that we've put in a bottom, but I think it's still a little bit too early. I think it's more of a trading range, and we'll see, I think, more pressure coming in. It really depends on what's going on with Yemen and Saudi Arabia, which is still a conflict. Now, crude oil is a conflict right there between the red monthly, the red weekly, and the green daily. Now that's indicating a conflict right there. So this is a trading range in this market for the time being. Now let's take a quick look at what's going on in the weekend trades. So let's go to our smart scan, which you go right here, click once. And what's really interesting this week is you have 72 new highs, 52-week new highs. However, you have 105 new lows. It's the first time we've seen that happen in a little while. So let's take a look at the highs. So we click once, it'll put the 72 right down here. It'll change the 1,000 to a 72 number. There we are. And we're going to filter these. We're going to look at bar charts, equities, last price greater than 50. And we're going to look at the average volume over 2 million. So, and we're just going to use the U.S. exchanges. Of course, if you're in Canada or the Australia, you can look at those as well with Market Club. So 72, remember that number, we'll scan. We filtered that down to 4 charts, okay? So here are the 4 charts. BioMarin Pharmaceuticals, Kraft Foods, Novo Nordisk, and Accenture. Now Accenture we talked about last week. Again, if these markets close at or close to their highs for the day, we want to be long these stocks for the weekend. So just remember those 4 names, and if they close at or close to their highs, so this is obviously down for the day, that would have to close at 94.12 or above. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. We'll have to see at the end of the day. So that's new highs on a Friday rule. That's the ones we're looking at. Now let's take a quick look at what we said before, new lows. So there's 105. We're clicking on those once. We filtered them already. Same filter. Let's see what we come up with. SanDisk, I would say if it closes at or close to its lows, 64.33 was the low. If it closes at or close to those, I want to be short for the weekend. And also Philip Morris, if it closed at or close to its lows. The lows today were 76.16. I would say if it closes close to there, I'd want to be short this market. So there are the 2 shorts. We got 4 longs. Let's see how it works out. Hey, I'm Adam Houston. Have a great weekend, everybody. I will see you on Monday. Enjoy.